How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Enter Code Reviews. I am Ryan Welch. I'm with Triple J, John Jefferson Jr., and it's March. It's a wonderful month of maybe spring weather. We're in Utah. We don't know.
It changes every like 5 minutes.
That's right.
Five seconds.
Next week, well, actually, this week that this video is going live, it's supposed to be like in the 50s, and then the week after that, could snow again. Then could go up into the 60s. I don't know.
I blame my daughter for the snow. Every night she prays for more snow. So
okay, good for her. She knows the drought, man. She's worried. She's worried about our water levels and and everything, and all the lake levels and all that. Right? She's smart. I bet
she just wants to have snowball fights.
Okay, well, fair enough.
Yeah.
We'll give her that. Well, one thing for sure that will never change is that we have more ridiculous things that we want to unbox for you.
What?
Yes.
We wanted what?
Yes. We're gonna unbox things.
Oh, okay.
That's what we do. So today's episode is awesome because this was probably the first Marvel Legends wave that I got real excited about. Like, they have a lot of cool stuff, but I'm so glad they decided to do the Spider-Verse wave. And so we have 4 figures from the Spider-Verse wave. First, let's go ahead and introduce you to Peter B. Parker, who has some really great accessories, by the way. I mean, no matter what collection you have, you need some kind of sippy cup. You know what I mean? So,
Sippy cup will travel.
It's okay. It's a soda cup, but I called it a sippy cup.
It's
That's
a grown
fine.
man sippy cup.
Don't worry about it, man. That's right. We have Prowler, because you got to have a bad guy to go with your spider wave. Okay, and then John's got the good ones. Oh, there's Miles. Yes.
Look at him.
That's right.
So pretty. And you can't have Miles and Peter without Spider-Ham.
Yes, Gwen and Spider-Ham. I'm so glad Spider-Ham is with her. I think it's perfect. It's a perfect match.
I have my gripes to bear with Spider-Ham, and we'll talk about that when we unbox it. I won't say it at the beginning.
Okay, no spoilers. Well, let's open these up and see what you're going to complain about. Look at these beautiful, beautiful figures. If you haven't seen Into the Spider-Verse, like...
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, what's wrong with you? Just a fantastic, fantastic movie. And so, just seeing them in a action figure form, I love it. I think it's so cool. And so, I've been waiting for a while to open these up. So we're gonna do this part semi-quickly, I think. As you can see, pretty traditional Marvel Legends packaging. Just, we have the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse logo in the front. As you turn, you can see just artwork. It looks obviously just lifted right from the movie. Looking at the back, we do have our bios. I don't think we need to turn. Yeah, I guess let's turn all of them while we are here. You have the character bios, which is great. As you can see here, if you really want to build stilt-man, spoiler alert, we do. We want to build them.
Yes, and we did, and we will show you.
That's right. All the legal stuff at the bottom and here on the back. Remember, don't put them in your mouth, please. Choking hazard, so on and so forth. All right, we're going to take a little pause right here, open these up, and then let's check them out.
All right.
Ta-da! Through the magic, they're out of the packaging. So, the entire team plus Prowler.
Yeah.
He's not really a team player.
But it's Spider-Verse.
Right.
There are other figures in this line, but we wanted to just stick with the Spider-Verse characters because those are the ones that spoke for us.
That's right. If you're interested, they had a hand ninja, which is pretty cool. And then Frogman, which is not so cool.
Yeah.
That's okay. You gotta have some obscure character. Now, keep in mind, besides the build a character, each of these do come with a spider mask that you can put on.
Yep.
Gwen and Miles. And then Peter... and the extra hands, of course. You have to have the flip. Peter also comes with an extra head. But of course the mask is up a little bit because you have the big gulp.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to stay hydrated.
Big gulps, eh?
Yep, and then a couple extra hands for him too. All right, John, which one are you gonna check out first?
So I mentioned this in the intro. I'm gonna start with Spider-Ham, and I get it's a cool accessory to have, but there's not much in the way of articulation that you can do. Yeah, you can move his head, but I wish. Like, you can move his arms more. I wish they would have done a little bit more detail attention to that, but that's my own gripe to bear. And that's okay.
And because the head is so large, you got to be careful posing. He may be a little top heavy.
A little bit, so he could just.
Yep, exactly. Well, let's move him to the side and let's check out some of the other ones.
Okay, so we'll start with Spider-Man. Peter B. I can't even talk. Peter B. Parker.
Peter B.
That doesn't roll off the tongue well. But he's got his mismatched shoes because he's kind of in between his costume. I kind of thought there'd be more of like the beer belly that he had in the cartoon, but that's okay. He's a little stiff doing the robot. Oh, that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
But you got full rotation. I don't want to break it because it's Ryan's toy. I've done enough damage to figures on this channel.
That is true. So with any figure, especially if you want to pose and stuff, just be careful.
Yes.
Coming out of the packaging, they may be a little stiff. So
they're always stiff.
That's right.
So if you're worried, you could always take like a heat gun, like a blow dryer, and just put a little heat on them and just loosen up the joints.
That's right.
But
I think what's cool about Peter B is just the attention to detail. I mean, come on, he is a slob in the movie. So, you have the 5 o'clock shadow, you have just his hair looks exactly like it does in the movie. Looking at his feet, through the shenanigans that he has in the movie, he has 2 different pairs of shoes. So I love that. Any good Spider-Man needs to have a good pair of sweatpants.
Yes, so, stretchy pants.
Yes, exactly. So, yeah, it has an ab crunch right there, so you can do different poses. Yeah, exactly. But it just... Oh, I love the detail. I really, really do. I'm so glad that it gets pretty close to matching exactly what we see in the animated movie.
And then moving on to Miles. He's a little smaller. He is a smaller Spider-Man, but that's okay. I don't want to bend his knee back too far just because he's a little stiff there. And
let's just pretend he can kick his own hiney.
Hi-ya, hi-ya,
that's
hi-ya.
Right.
Nice movement there. I had this figure too, so this jacket does come off. So like if you wanted to swap out like arms and stuff like that, you could. Mm-hmm. I love the attention to detail. Like, look at that head sculpt.
Right.
I think that was one of the big draws for me. And just like the attention to hair. Because you don't see a lot of that detail in some figures. Like most of them are just wearing their superhero masks.
Exactly. And one thing just to keep in mind, because I've heard complaints before, there's just a little mark on his forehead, and that's just, I'm assuming just kind of shows emotion, right?
Yeah,
it's
just
not
a wrinkle.
It's not an error. It's just, I got wrinkles on my forehead too.
Right,
so,
I do too. It's okay.
Exactly. Gwen. So cool. The hood piece so if you pop off the head, that little hood piece can come off and then, put on the other head accessory that has the hood up.
Yes.
That's right, she'll punch you.
Yes. So I do like this figure that I was noticing on mine. Like, she feels more sturdy than some of the other Hasbro figures female figures I've messed with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just always a worry with the female figures.
Because they make them so slender, but this one, I mean...
They do.
And she's got the female figure, nice slender there.
Right. And I don't know if they necessarily have to. It's just kind of... I don't know, they make them very slender.
Yes.
I think they could probably make them, not as slender, and it'll still look amazing and just be a little more sturdy.
A little bit.
Yeah, and then Prowler. Oh, the inside of her arms. I don't know if you saw that in the video, but it's like that plaid pink, look. It's super cool. Sorry, one of my like favorites that I like.
He had to throw that in there. He likes Spider-Gwen.
Yes, I do. She's awesome.
So we got the bad boy, Uncle Aaron, holding his money. Yes, this does open. If it'll cooperate. Bam! Look at all them Benjamins.
Dude, can I have that? Can that be real? Dang it. Alright. Fine, Prowler. Fine.
So, I like... One thing I'm noticing right off the bat, like the wrinkles in the mask, just kind of showing like, yeah, it's worn instead of just being like skin tight, like how some of the other ones have been.
That's right.
You got the detail in the gauntlets there, like adding that little element of the color there and the shading. He's got his claws so he can rip into you. The cape could come off if you pop the head off, or I could just maybe slide it off. Maybe.
And the cape isn't as burdensome as like other capes.
No.
Just the fact that it's around his neck,
yeah.
It keeps it, in place, and it works pretty awesome.
And you do have you know, the peg hole there to keep it in place.
Yeah.
You just want to pop it there so it's not falling all over. The belt is loose, which is nice because on some figures the belts are stuck, so you can't move that. So if you needed to, you can't move it out of the way if you need to do some more dynamic posing. He does have the ab crunch, which is nice. His knees aren't as stiff. He's got a little thickness there, which is nice. Even the detail here, like in the wrinkles, like kind of like what Ryan was saying, like I was super excited about this and I was like, I'm just going to get Miles and Gwen. And I was like, wait, no. And I know eventually I'll get Spider-Man 2, Peter. It's a cool wave, and that movie is just awesome.
It is. Marvel Legends, you know, we were talking about this a while back, but Marvel Legends seems to have a better grasp in terms of having enough stock for everybody. At first, you know, they fly off the shelves because they're brand new, but you know, they seem to be restocked regularly, and there seems to be plenty on store shelves now, both Target and Walmart. So.
What's up, Boo? Hey.
Spider-Ham, go away. You're a third wheel and they want a kiss. Oh, sorry.
Kids don't watch.
It's you know. Oh, you know what? Kind of interesting about Peter, I know you mentioned he didn't have a gut, but it almost looks like he had, you know, you can kind of see that hunchback.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
I just noticed that.
Lots of weight on his shoulders, I guess, and years of, you know, as you saw in the movie, just kind of had a rough go about it.
Yeah.
But this is it, guys. And remember, you can, you know, pop off their heads and put on their masks if you want to do that. I kind of like them as is. I just need to put that big gulp in Peter's hand and...
They'll make for great action scenes. Like, just have fun with these figures.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we hope you enjoyed this video. Again, these waves, the Spider-Verse wave is in stores right now, and you could probably find them pretty easily. If not, then just wait. They will be restocked pretty regularly. This is not... you know, G.I. Joe classified that we're talking about here.
No, these are easier to find.
Right. You can definitely find these. But if you did like this video, we would love for you to leave a comment, tell us what you thought, like and subscribe, share with your friends, and all that stuff. And before we go, John. Oh. That's a tall boy.
We built Stilt-man, guys.
That's right. Go, just lift the camera up.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, we built him pretty tall.
Yes, we did. With all 6 figures in the wave, you can also have this very tall boy be a part of your collection. And yes, you can collect more legs and make him even taller if you want to.
That's a lot of red ninjas, those guys.
Yes. Is that 2 red ninjas or 1?
That's 3, I think.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
Nope.
I think it's 2.
That's 2.
That's right. Anyway, lots of fun with Build-A-Figure. Hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time.
See you guys.